Guys, stick around to the end of this video and I'm going to show you a real life example of exactly what Taylor and Michael are talking about with my boat, and I'm going to be a little more specific about the charger than what they're willing to be on camera. So stick around and watch the last minute of this video and see what's going on with my boat.
Hey guys, Ken Smith Fishing. So this week we're going to flip things around a little bit. We're going to do a video in a minute I'll tell you about. We'll have the fishing report up, I hope Wednesday. We'll have the ballistic part 2 up Thursday. It could be ballistic Thursday and fishing report Friday. I've got a lot of footage from this weekend. I haven't had time to edit it. We just got back to today, and we got some things going on here in Dallas this week that are going to keep us really busy. So, spark drawing coming up just a second. But remember, for those guys fishing the Bass Champs East, there's one Saturday and there's one Sunday of this week. Saturday, top 10 finishing, highest top 10 finishing spark customer wins $4,000. Sunday, highest top 10 finishing spark customer wins $2,000. Unless nobody wins it Saturday, that's the case, it's $6,000 Sunday. So either way, there is up to $6,000 to be won this weekend. If it's not won, it'll roll to the next one to be $8,000. So this is the week to get signed up. You can sign up for Spark Energy at sparkfishing.com. Make sure you use the coupon code SparkBass. All that is in the link below, or excuse me, in the description below. But a lot of money up for grabs. I don't know if you guys saw last week, the team that won the Spark money also won the James Woods money. I think that's the name of that dealership. They won $9,500. They finished 5th or 6th and won more than 2nd place. So the contingency money is really piling up, and a bunch of money. $6,000 up for grab this weekend at Rayburn. So the video we're going to do today, we recorded this video way back when I had my Garmin originally installed out over at Jones Trolling Motor. But we wanted to talk more specifically about the problems you may be having because of how you charge your batteries and why AGM cranking batteries aren't performing the way they should be performing. And I want to prove it to you in this video this weekend after Michael and Taylor from Jones Trolling Motor talk to you about it. And by the way, don't think Taylor doesn't know what he's doing. If you look at the results from the BFL Sunday, that guy from Arkansas that finished with the 30-pound stringer is our very own Taylor. You're going to see right here in just a minute in this video. So congratulations to Taylor. I think that's his first BFL win, done in style. And we talked today, he was looking at those fish with that live scope when he caught them. So Spark customer drawing right now, $250 gift certificate. We're going to draw this name. I may have just thrown one out of the bowl I did, so let's throw them back in there. The name for this week is going to be this name right there, and it is, I love that name, Jim Bob Wise out of Abilene, Texas. Whoops, I dropped him right back in the bowl. Jim Bob Wise out of Abilene, Texas. Don't throw an envelope from Spark Energy away, because it's going to have a $250 gift certificate coming to you real soon. So sign up for Spark Energy this week and check out this video right here talking about batteries and battery chargers. And this was really of interest to me because I had a problem and I didn't even know it. So check it out. All right, so we recorded this video, actually several months ago when I was up here. I'm at Jones Trolling Motor in Texarkana again. And our conversation was around batteries, but we weren't comfortable with the final results. But you spotted a problem immediately in my boat. So talk about what you spotted.
So the problem in Ken's boat was a charger that did not charge both AGM that he was running for his cranker and wet cells that he was running for his trolling motor. So that problem, it's going to charge up his wet cells fine. You know, he never had a problem with his wet cells on trolling, but on his cranking side, he experienced, you know, some low voltage sometimes and that kind of thing because that charger wasn't topping off his AGM properly to keep it fully charged.
All right, so AGM battery is a gel battery, one and the same thing, right? So talk a little bit about the sizes of them and what you want to look for in a cranking battery to run the boats we're running today.
So, you know, these big bass rigs like we're running now, you know, 2 to 4 graphs, live scopes, you know, 360s, that kind of thing. What you want, in my opinion, is a 31 size gel battery somewhere above 1,000 cold cranking amps.
For the cranking battery?
Yes.
But a wet cell will work?
Yes, a wet cell will work. You know, anything above, say, 1,000 cranking amps, you know, like a 27 size wet cell.
And that's CCA, right?
Yes,
cold
CCA,
cranking amps.
Yes,
right.
That's correct.
So
walk me through again what's all on a battery. There's CCA, there's
a MCA, just a normal cranking, which is going to be slightly different from your cold cranking, and you're going to have a reserve capacity, which is just how much back it's got, like for running graphs and that kind of thing when you're not starting your motor all the time.
So for trolling motors, you're worried about the reserve. For
Yes.
your cranking, you're worried about CCA, cold cranking amps.
Yeah.
So talk about the difference between a 27 and a 31 and the different size of batteries and exactly what that means.
Yeah, so a 31 is going to be a giant for battery size. It's going to be your highest reserve capacities, and in most gel batteries, most brands, that's going to be your most common one, is going to be that 31 size, because they can cram everything into it that they need, the high cranking amps and the high reserve capacity. Whereas on like a 27 size wet cell, it's considerably smaller, and you're just not going to get the reserve out of it you're going to get out of that AGM, but you're going to still get a high cranking amp up towards 1,000.
And what do you run in your boat?
I run a 31 size AGM for my cranking, and then on my trolling, I run a 27 size deep cycle for trolling. That's what you want to look for, is deep cycle for trolling, and then a heavy duty cranker for your cranking side.
And you're only running a 24 volt system right now.
I'm running a 24 volt system.
Why?
Running the new trolling motors that are out now.
And specifically, you run a Ghost.
I run a Ghost, yeah, specifically. 21 foot Triton. We've always had.
Sled.
Yeah. We've always had, before the 112 Minn Kotas came out, we had 101s. Well, that Ghost is 97 pounds of thrust, and I honestly think it's a little bit more than that, just from my usage time. And I can run 24 volt, fish on Rayburn and Toledo, Lake Fork, out in the wind or up in the grass buried up at Rayburn, and make it all day in a BFL or something like that and never have a problem.
So you're running a 31 for your cranker and two 27s for your trolling motor.
That's correct.
And your motor, explain to the guys, the Ghost, you can run both, right?
Yeah, you can do 24 or 36. So, like, I've had experiences with guys around here where they'll run 24 volt for, tournaments where they know they're going to need to save the weight or something, and then they just add that third battery in there and make it a 36 volt system. It just has a button on the foot pedal that changes it from 24 to 36 volts.
So part of what we had some conversation around was which chargers specifically we're completely comfortable, and I say we, I'm including myself in Jones Trolling Motor here, who we are completely comfortable, can tell the difference, or who you can tell the difference between an AGM and a wet cell, right?
That's correct.
Let's go back here and talk to Mr. Yoder for a second. Michael, talk about chargers and what you're comfortable. This is what you do. What are you comfortable if a customer said, I want a great battery charger in my boat, or charging system, because I know there's a difference, and I'm going to run an AGM and a wet cell, or an AGM and lithiums, or another combination?
If you're running lead and AGM combinations, the Minn Kota PC is the best charger for the deal. It really is. You can run
PC stands for?
program precision control.
There you go. Okay.
I believe.
All right.
But
We'll check it. It'll be at the bottom of the screen, guys.
you can run lead, gel, AGM, and lithium off of a Minn Kota PC charger. I run Lithium Pros. I've run them for 8 years. I run the Lithium Pro battery charger. I just highly believe if you're going to run lithium, stick with that manufacturer's name of chargers.
So, by the way, I'm still not comfortable doing this video, and you guys know I'm not comfortable. You're the closest. You're getting me more comfortable with the idea of lithium.
Yes.
But as I've done a little bit of research and talking to multiple lithium manufacturers, every one of them says our charger knows the algorithm, whatever the hell an algorithm is,
Yep.
for our batteries. And if you're going to run, I don't know if they're having warranty, if they say the only warranty, but every one of them says, spend the extra couple $100 and buy our charger.
That manufacturer's charger. It really does matter. I see all the problems in the world. People call me late at night. I'm up here getting batteries for tournament guys. It's always the wrong battery with the wrong charger. And they're shocked when their brand new boat or their 1-year-old boat doesn't have the right charger and the right battery. And then they want me to warranty the battery when they have the wrong charger.
So talk about what happens when you have one of these battery chargers. We're not confident does this. By the way, with the Minn Kota, do I have to tell it it's an AGM versus a gel? Is there a setting?
There's settings. There's three different settings on there, and you just got to read on the bottom. If it's lead, you do nothing. But then it has a gel, a flooded, and an AGM. And you press it down until you get to that setting, and then from there, it's programmed to remember that setting for you. So if you unplug it and go a week and then plug it back in, it automatically remembers what you have your battery set to.
All right, so in my boat, what was happening to my cranking battery?
You had an AGM battery, but you didn't have a charger that would charge AGM correctly. I'm not saying it didn't charge it for a while, but AGM charges at a higher amperage. The regular chargers won't charge that higher amperage because they're trickle chargers. Trickle chargers is great for lead, but when you go to AGM, it's at higher amperage. So on lead, when that battery gets 60, 70, 80%, it trickle charges down. When it trickle charges that AGM down, that's not topping that battery off. So brand new, your battery's 100%. A month or two later, after you've charged it 3 or 4 times, it's at 90, 95. 3 months later, it's at 75, 80. So your lead is fully charged. Tournament day, these guys are calling me at 11, 12 o'clock mad because their battery charger's so charged, but their AGM just won't top off because it's not a high enough amperage.
So is there an easy fix beyond buying? So by the way, I can't remember if we covered this or not with Taylor. I can run can I run AGMs as trolling motor batteries?
We don't recommend it.
Okay, because they don't have the reserve.
Yes, we do not recommend it, and it's going to cut out on you prematurely. They're not going to last it as long, and they're not going to top off correctly.
So your recommendation, other than lithium, is an AGM cranking and what cell trolling motor?
Lead trolling motor batteries.
All right, so in my situation, what's my fix to make sure my AGM battery stays charged?
Buy a Minn Kota PC charger.
All right.
That's the correct way. You can beat around it all you want, but the correct way is have the correct charger for the batteries you're running.
So if a guy can't drop the money right now to go buy a new Minn Kota charger, what else can they do?
They can either go back to a lead acid battery, or they can buy like a 230 PC, like a 2-bank PC. I think they're $250 or so. Instead of the $449, $479, you could buy the 2-bank charger and stick it in there and just charge your AGM battery on that.
Okay, so that'll work. Or, I mean, if you're in a pinch and you just need a fix, you could, I mean, I bought just a little inexpensive AGM specific charger that doesn't even connect in the boat.
Okay, you can do that. I don't know which ones on the market are available, but we do the Minn Kota PC because of the reliability and the warranty on them.
All right, what about the new power pole charging system? Do you have any experience with it yet?
I personally have seen it in about 3 boats. I've installed about 5 of them, and everybody's feedback, it may be one of the best chargers ever made.
Because it's not cheap. I mean, you said a Minn Kota's $300, $500.
440 PC would run about $479, $480.
Is that installed here?
No, it's a $100 install.
Okay.
It's an hour and 20 minutes to install that. Okay. Then the power pole charging system is $12.99, I believe. It's not cheap, but it's a permanent fix.
Right.
It'll run lead, AGM, lithiums. I mean, it's more than a charger. It'll jumpstart your stuff on the water. I mean, we all know that these batteries, lithiums, AGMs are man-made. What if they have a default? What if they have a defect? That charger will jumpstart you on the water and get you back to your weigh-in.
Right, yeah. Or to the point that if a guy's going to buy, say you're in a boat right now and you have lead and you don't want to replace them, but you think your next set of batteries might be lithiums, you could go ahead and put that in and you're fixed.
Yes, most of our lithium customers buy their lithiums, and they either buy the lithium charger, that the name brand, or they buy the power pole charger.
Got it.
Well, a lot of these semi-pro guides, fishermen every year that are swapping boats every year will order their boat with batteries, and it helps when you sell because they'll take the stock batteries out, put their lithium and chargers in their new boat, and put the new batteries in their old boat, and it helps charging it. It helps selling it, you know?
Yeah, got brand new batteries.
It's a win-win because you need to have batteries.
Right.
And when you sell your boat, it's easier to sell if you have brand new batteries. Yeah, I put brand new batteries out of my new boat right in there.
Awesome.
Charger and everything.
If a guy's going to put his boat up for 3 weeks, 5 weeks, 8 weeks, what should he do? Anything different than just leaving your charger hooked up?
I'm not a fan of leaving your charger hooked up.
Okay.
Things happen.
Right.
Drunk guy down the road hits a transformer. Electrical surge. it goes through that boat and zaps stuff before the cutoffs allow it to get there.
Okay.
We do suggest every boat has a cutoff for the cranker and a cutoff for the trolling motor battery. That ensures if it does burn your batteries and your trolling and your charger, it does not get to your electronics or the rest of the boat. We highly suggest having cutoff breakers in every boat.
A literal mechanical cutoff switch.
Yes,
Got it.
we won't hardly let them leave here without it.
Got it.
So when you leave the lake, you cut your cranking battery off, which is graphs and accessories, and you cut your trolling motor battery, your breaker off. So accidents happen, transformer down the road pops, it surges your neighborhood, a lightning storm, anything hits the power grid. And it will not go through your boat electronics if you have your breakers off or your board on your trolling motor.
So if you had a house at Rayburn and you left your boat down there for 3 weeks, you would charge it full and disconnect it.
I would. I do not. I don't care what they say. I may not have the terminology for it.
You've seen them broken.
I deal with this every day.
Yeah.
And my lithium problems and my trolling motor guy problems are people that have a lake house and leave it hooked up, or people that work out of town.
That would be
people
me.
That work,
me, by the way.
Yeah. People that work out of town and leave town on Sunday, leave their chargers hooked up for a week or two, come back and goes, I don't know what happened. I had it charged the whole time.
Great information, man. All right, guys. So that's what we wanted to talk about on batteries. Again, now obviously Michael sells, or Jones Trolling Motor here, they sell the Minn Kota Precision battery charge system. They also sell the Power Pole system. That's the two they've got confidence in. I'm sure there's other ones, but again, as I've always said in my videos, I'm only, people say, hey, this and such happened, or these fish got caught over here. I'm not going to repeat that because it's not first person. It's something somebody told me. This is your job. You see this every day. That's why I trust these guys. That's why they're going to put the charger in my next boat, because I know that whatever that is, matter of fact, I'll show you the parking lot before I leave. They've got 2 boats in here. There's 15? 3 boats in here. That's right. There's one next door.
12, 15 outside.
12 or 15 outside.
They'll be gone by the end of the week.
This is all they do every single day, is put new stuff on our boats for us or fix the crap we tear up. Michael's got one more thing he wants to add for us about batteries. There's
a lot of batteries on the market that are good. We use interstate batteries because we can get them very freely around here. All the places have them. If you're out of town, or if you're in a small town area and you're wondering what batteries to go with batteries that have a Walmart or an O'Reilly's that sell the particular type of battery that may break with you at night or on the weekends, and you need to run up there and get a warranty. Use the batteries in your area where you live that are readily available.
Yeah, if you travel a lot.
Yeah, use something that has a warranty that the big box stores carry, O'Reilly's, AutoZone, Sam's, Walmart, because you never know in the middle of the night when you're going to need a battery, early or late, or on the weekends.
But Interstate's a national brand, right?
Interstate's a national brand. I'm going to tell you something, guys. We have really good luck with the Interstates. We were carrying a previous brand that gave us problems. We got rid of them. Interstate are great people to work with. Their batteries work really well, and they're available all over the country. So anywhere you go on vacation for a trip, you're going to find somebody that sells Interstate batteries.
So you don't want to buy Joe Bob's batteries is what we're saying.
I don't. And I'm going to tell you, not because they're readily available in our area, we have tremendously good luck out of the Interstate batteries.
Good deal. All right, there's an Interstate battery endorsement for you. So we just wanted to post that back up. I had a lot of questions when I said we had done a battery video and we never posted it, so we'll get this up. You guys will see this within a week of when we recorded it. And remember, if you have questions, Taylor, Michael, the whole team here, these guys are great with trolling motors, electronics, power poles, talons, you name it, electronic if it's broken.
We work on everything but motors. We do not work on big motors.
So they'll work on everything else. So there you go. The number you'll see right there at the screen if you want to reach these guys, and they have been, I got to tell you, so I've had nothing but positive feedback from everybody who dealt with you guys. You guys have been great, and I appreciate the partnership, and thanks for doing this for us.
And we appreciate the business, and we all fish here. We love to fish. We all fish tournaments, so we understand what it is to get caught on the water. I took some high school kids a boat when I had COVID and dumped my boat in the water Sunday morning at 7:00.
Oh.
Another instance, me and a buddy's eating at the burger shop breakfast Saturday morning. Boat's broke down. A buddy is hauling his boat here for us to work on. We tell him to meet us at Patman, and we jumped in the boat with lithiums and took some boys' lithiums. We don't make this stuff, but we do whatever we can to keep you guys on the water, and we love all the fishermen and all the camaraderie and the friendships that come from the outdoors.
Good deal. So by the way, I've had several guys ask me, you're a couple hour haul up here from Rayburn. Y'all get to Rayburn on occasion?
We do get to Rayburn on occasion. We have did installs in parking lots under the grocery store light. We do try to get 2 or 3 installs in order to make it worth our while, but we will arrange to do stuff at Rayburn. It's just a hot spot for fishing. It's where a lot of our fishing buddies, competitors are, and we don't mind coming to Sam Rayburn.
So if that's a stickler for you guys, reach out to them, let them know what you want. I'm sure they can plan something out in a couple of weeks, and a couple of other guys can do that, and they can drive down there and do 2, 3, 4 boats in an afternoon. And I mean, obviously it's got to make financial sense for them too, but they're being, and I knew they had done that. That's the reason I asked the question, that they'd come down and done some installs. So reach out to them. Even if you're in Houston and it's so far, you just want to meet them at Rayburn, reach out. They've got, what's not in stock right now? What are you having a hard time getting?
Everything, but we've been ahead of the curve. Right now, I mean, active targets are impossible to get. Everybody in the country's on back order until April, they're telling us. We're trickling in some Humminbird. We ordered way back in October, November, December. We've got lots of Garmin. There is certain models that are on back order, but like I said, we made large orders previously to narrow the back order down, so we have graphs coming in every 3 to 5 days.
And you've also, I noted, you've got a bunch of used trolling motors for sale.
We've got a lot of, mostly Minn Kota. We have Vortexes and Ultrexes. We have about 6 112 Ultrexes for sale. The 80s are hard to come by for some ever reason. It's like gold. If you got an 80 Ultrex,
hold on to it.
We sell those in about 1 hour, but we do have about 6 to 8 Ultrex 112s, probably 6 to 8 Vortexes for sale that are used. We give a 90-day warranty. We're pretty fair. If we see it's something broke that was a part, we'll replace it. If we see it was some damage that you did, you got to pay for the part.
Good deal. So there you go. If you were looking for a used trolling motor, I just said that because I noticed walking through the shop there's a bunch in there. I'll show you that pile of them as I walk out, guys. So thanks for tuning in. Again, as always, Ken Smith Fishing, and there'll be a ton of Rayburn footage up. Matter of fact, Taylor's coming to fish the BFL, so we'll get to see whether Taylor can actually execute all the equipment he installs electronically in a boat to catch a big stringer down there. So
he's doing pretty good. I was pretty impressed. Taylor just started fishing Rayburn this year. We all know it's where you cut your teeth. It's where the big boys are. You can go to Rayburn and take a butt whooping any day of the week.
Any day. On a Tuesday evening in a jackpot.
He spent about 4 weekends down there. I was kind of proud. It was very early in the year. It was cold as crap. He was by himself, and he spent about 4 weekends on Rayburn. The first one he come out in 17th, and he said it was tough, but he hung in there. I think he's going to do great this weekend.
We'll know in about 4 days. Thanks, guys. We'll see y'all soon.
Okay, so here's what we got on my boat. We've got and again, they were very careful. I noticed. By the way, I keep my throw cushion in there. They were very careful about talking about negatively about a charger, and I'm not going to talk negatively about a charger. I'm going to show you my real life example. So that is my Quad Pro charger that came from Ranger, and that right there, that is a brand new 31 series Interstate AGM cranking battery. That battery is less than a week old. It's been charged 3 times, and every time I've charged it, I've done exactly what I'm about to show you that I'm going to do. But as you saw, it's showing that battery is 100% charged. So I went to actually I bought it off Amazon. I bought this little charger right here. I'll put a link below if you want one. And that one recognizes the difference in batteries. So I'm gonna throw it, I'm gonna put it on and watch what happens. Okay, I know this is a little wiggly, but I'm gonna plug this charger in now. Okay, now. So I'm gonna do this. So it is, it's a little after 8 on Monday morning. And I know from doing this that, because I've done it now 3 times I think, that charger is going to run for at least 2 hours before it shows that AGM battery is fully charged. So it's 8:12. I'll come back in an hour and we'll look at it and we'll see where it's at, and then we'll check it again before we get out of here to make sure it's fully charged. All right, so it's 9. I'll pour my coffee on myself. It's 9:20, and that charge is still showing. It's almost charged, but an hour later it's still pulling. It's still charging that battery, and that's what those guys are talking about. And they would not name that charger specifically because they say that company says that will recognize an AGM battery. This is a 2018 boat, so that charger is only a couple years old. And I'm telling you, well, look, and that's interesting. It's now dropped down and it's showing only 13.6 volts. So I don't know exactly why it's doing that, but I will tell you at some point, 2 or 3 hours into this, that'll turn green and it'll show it's charged. So I'll come back out and check it again, and we'll just see how long it takes to get it fully charged. Okay, so kind of as I described. So basically as I described, it is right at 10 o'clock, and you'll see now that it's showing it's fully charged. So that suggests to me that charger is not giving that battery a full charge. I mean, it doesn't suggest it's not. So take that for what you want. Might be a good little experiment for yourself. I think I paid about 30 bucks for that little battery charger just to top mine off, and my next boat will have a good Minn Kota precision charger in it. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed that. More good stuff coming. Ballistic, we'll finish up the ballistic review, and just a bunch of stuff coming. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And by the way, thanks for subscribing. And welcome to Zavala, where log trucks roll through every 30 seconds.
All right, there you go, guys. I had no idea, and you saw from mine right there, that battery charged for a couple of hours after that Quad Pro showed it was fully charged. So 2 fixes for that, as we talked about. The best fix is to buy the right kind of charger for your entire system. But if you can't swing it right now, I put you the link below to one of those little chargers that recognizes an AGM battery. You can just charge that battery separately from those other batteries in your system. So hope you enjoyed that. Again, a couple more videos coming this week in some order, but it'll be fishing on Rayburn from the BFL this weekend, and then also the ballistic boat review part 2. Thanks, guys.